Today on Dr. Phil, a mother and son
Hi, Nancy.
You call your mother Nancy?
face off.
I don't know why he's so obsessed with me and this thing with Sean.
He's obsessed with this because he's trying to protect you.
Over a catfish controversy.
How much have you sent him total?
Probably about 50 grand.
How much money will you send before you say enough's enough? How long will you wait before he doesn't come back from Dubai?
Maybe another year. He might be coming back. I still have to keep an open mind.
You cannot put your life on hold for a ghost. You're in love with someone that you wish existed. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today is going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
Get ready to take care of you. Yesterday, I sat down with Nancy, who claims she was in an online relationship with Sean Carter. Now, the problem? Well, for starters, she doesn't even know what he looks like. Now, despite the evidence her son and daughter-in-law presented over the past 2 years, as well as the additional proof I showed her, Nancy still wasn't convinced that she's being scammed. Now, during the taping, she even threw us a curveball and mentioned a second college that Sean claimed he went to. But even during the show, my team confirmed he never went to that college either. Take a look.
My mother, Nancy, has fallen for an online love scam.
We were actually supposed to meet with Dr. Phil last year, but at the last minute, Nancy decided that she didn't want to do it.
I gave my mother an ultimatum. It was either for her to speak with Dr. Phil or I was done speaking to her. She didn't change her mind about it, so Lindsay and I have had to cut her off. My mother chose Sean over me. In my eyes, my mother is dead to me.
When it comes to her soulmate, Sean Carter, Nancy says it's none of her family's business.
Sean's still stuck in Dubai because he does not have the 20 grand to pay the taxes. They've really helped Sean out a lot. I do this because I love him. The last time I spoke to Sean was a couple days ago, and I can't tell you about it because it was kind of dirty. My son thinks that Sean is a scammer, a fraud, and a phony. What I want to talk to Dr. Phil about is to fix my relationship with my son.
I don't like this family being fragmented at all. And I want your relationship with your son to close ranks. He's frustrated because he thinks you're being scammed.
But he doesn't have to not be in touch with me.
Couldn't agree more.
These are some of the text messages that I get from Sean. You're a beautiful and sexy girl, and you know it. So why are you trying to hide it? Missing you so much, sexy, hot girl.
You've actually never seen him on a live feed.
No, I haven't.
And you've never met Sean?
No, because when I met him online, he had to go to Dubai within like a week.
And then when he gets over there, he needs money to get back. That was a red flag to me. I've done a lot of investigations into these love scams, and there's a pattern. I actually put together a graphic that shows what some of the consistent patterns are. So I went through your story about Sean, and I checked off the things that fit in your story. Widowed, no face-to-face, poor grammar, had to leave immediately, in construction, stuck in a foreign country until taxes are paid. He couldn't show you his real pictures because of his security clearance.
Right.
Is he like 007 or something?
Well, you got the CIA in the States, right?
Right.
We got it too in Canada.
So you think he may be an agent?
Yes.
He attended the University of Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, he did not. That's a lie. It is made up. We've spoken to the registrar. We've gone all the way back. We went 10 years before, 10 years after. So...
What about San Diego? I just found something out.
Well, we'll have that checked while I'm speaking. There is no Sean with that date of birth in the entire country of Canada. Everything he's told you is a lie. His phone number is a fiction. It doesn't belong to him. His pictures don't belong to him. We checked to see if he had visas there to work. He does not.
I don't believe it. I just believe that he's for real.
My question is, are you delusional? Do you have a mental illness? If you believe this man's a fraud, raise your hand. 100% of the people recognize clearly that this is a fraud, except for you. And you don't even blink.
You're not giving him a chance to prove himself.
He's had every chance to prove himself. He had a chance to tell you who he was, and he gave you lies and asked you for money. We just spoke to the head of alumni relations at the University of San Diego, and they just confirmed no Sean Carter has ever in the history of the university attended that school. This man does not exist. He is a psychopathic scumbag fraud that's stealing your money and breaking your heart. Now, Darcy has not spoken to his mother, Nancy, since last April. Darcy made it clear. He said that he wanted his mother to talk to me, or he said he's done for good. And the reason why is he said he can't watch his mother self-destruct. He can't watch her just bleed herself dry, sending money to some scammer. And Darcy is in Canada. He's joining us now virtually. Darcy, you've been listening to everything we've been saying. What did you want to say?
Hi, Dr. Phil. I just want to say thank you very much for taking this up, and I truly appreciate it. I just want to get my mother the help that she needs. I think she's right now going through a very delusional phase, and I don't know what has happened to my mother.
People get into something called confirmation bias. It's only seeking out information that supports one's belief and ignoring evidence that contradicts it. And the second part of that is when you give them evidence to the contrary, those that suffer from confirmation bias, you give them evidence to the contrary, it actually deepens their belief. They dig their heels in even further and say, well, Lord God, I'm going to be right. I'm a right fighter, and I'm going to be right. I don't care if it bankrupts me, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm not going to move my position. And my hope, my belief is that in knowing that, a voice inside you is going to say, I really need to revisit this, because if I'm actually sending money to some stranger, some teenager, some 60-year-old woman in a computer workroom, I want to stop. And Darcy, that's what you want for your mom, right? You want a relationship with her yourself. You want her to have a meaningful relationship with somebody that truly cares about her.
I definitely do. When my mother told me that she was starting to date, I was actually happy for her. And the last thing I wanted to do was to come off as a controlling son or, hey, I don't like that, you're already dating. I want my mom to seek happiness in her life.
How does it feel to see Darcy here?
Oh, good. Looks good.
What do you want to say to him?
Hi, Darcy. I love you.
Hi, Nancy.
You call your mother Nancy?
Because I'm not his mother.
She is your mother. Come on. I understand being frustrated with her, but don't give up on her. Hang in there with me. We're not going to quit on this till we get it done, Darcy. This is your mother.
Yes, sir. Hello, Mom.
If this is a scam, would you want to know?
Oh, yes. I need the truth.
There are some evil sons of bitches out there, and you just need to know it. And later, how much money will you send before you say enough's enough? How long will you wait before he doesn't come back from Dubai? Is it 3 years, 4 years?
Maybe another year.
Monday.
Stop
indoctrinating our children.
Critical race theory. It's been branded a poison in your child's classroom.
Enslaved Africans built this country.
Our children deserve to know the full truth.
I do not believe it's appropriate for K through 12.
It's not being taught in K through 12.
No, it is being taught. We are pitting our children against each other based on the color of their skin.
That's Monday. Then on Tuesday, beware of the cart narcs.
You do more than just ask them to put their cart back.
Is your disability lazy bonesitis?
You shame them.
I don't know who you think you are.
Cart narcs? That's a violation.
That's Tuesday.
Do you believe he wants the best for you?
Oh, yes.
And if this is a scam, I'm not asking you to say that it is. I'm just saying if it is, would you want to know?
Oh, yes.
Why?
I need the truth.
Why would you want to know?
I just need to know.
Well, but aren't you kind of in love with being in love?
I hope he comes back to
Right.
Canada someday.
And so
yeah.
it gives you hope. It's something to look forward to. You love being in love. And right now, that's enough for you, right?
I guess so, yeah.
You've been willing for that to be enough. You haven't said, get your butt here and hold my hand, take me to dinner, or we're done, bucko. You've put up with it for how long? Longer than most people would. Usually when you date somebody, it involves walking around the block, holding hands, going to dinner, a movie, something. And you've been involved with this person and never met them, never even seen them. That's settling pretty cheap. That's setting the bar pretty low. I'll fall in love with you. I'll even finance you. I don't even need to meet you. I don't even need to see you. You could look like Fido's ass. I don't care. Whatever you want. It's okay. I don't even need to see you. Which is great. I mean, you're very non-judgmental. You don't care what he looks like, right?
That's right.
And that's how these people prey upon folks like you, because you don't have a dark heart. You cannot even conceive of someone victimizing somebody the way these scammers do. It's not on your continuum of consideration, is it? You can't even imagine doing it to somebody.
No.
And because you can't conceive of it, you can't see it in someone else. My dad used to say, there's something about that old boy I don't like about me. And he was saying that you got to have a little of it in yourself to recognize it in somebody else. And your heart is pure. You don't see darkness in somebody else. You aren't able to even conceive that somebody could be that evil, that could be that exploitive of somebody else. And I'm trying to see that for you and let you know there are those dark people out there. Because of my profession and what I do, Robin will tell you, I've always raised our boys to say, look, when you leave this house, no, there are some evil sons of bitches out there, and you just need to know it. You just need to know it. These are my boys, and I told them, I said, there are people that leave the house every night that won't be happy until they inflict pain on somebody. They got nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. Be aware. Now, Nancy has been communicating with Sean via email as well. Well, who is the man behind those emails? Well, we'll talk about that when we come back.
I don't know why he's so obsessed with me and this thing with Sean. I have to have my own life.
You're in love with someone that you wish existed.
The stress with what is going on with my mother has caused a lot of arguments with my wife.
This situation is between my son and myself. I never get one-on-one time with my son. We're always on speakerphone, so it's always the three of us. What I want is that Dr. Phil will allow Darcy and I to have some alone time together to sort this out.
We've been talking to Darcy and Mom Nancy about her online relationship, and you believe that you really are talking to Sean, right? You just assume that whoever's on the other end of that is who they say they are. Right. Here's an email chain between Sean and Nancy, and this is from Darcy, actually, as Sean. Hey, how's it going? Hope everything is well. From Nancy, do you miss me as much as I miss you? From Darcy, as Sean, how's life treating you? From Nancy, you didn't answer my question. From Darcy, as Sean.
That was a long time ago.
About what? From Nancy, do you miss me as much as I miss you? From Darcy, as Sean, of course I do. What Darcy did was create a shadow account with one letter difference.
Oh, what's you see?
And talk to you as Sean. That's how easy it is to impersonate someone else. You even sent your son an Apple gift card. What's the point I'm making here?
That people scam people, you know? That there's bad people out there.
He changed one letter, chatted you up for a few minutes, and got you to send him an Apple gift card. Doesn't that tell you that you're capable of being reeled in?
Yeah, reeled in, yeah. I don't know why he's so obsessed with me and this thing with Sean.
Let's ask him.
He cannot, I don't know.
Why are you so obsessed with this thing with your mother and Sean?
I'm obsessed with this situation because I love my mom.
He's obsessed with this because he's trying to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to protect you.
I understand that, but I have to have my own life, my own beliefs. And
You do have to have your own life and your own beliefs, but you also populate your life with people that care about you. And you have overwhelming evidence that tells you, despite your feelings,
he doesn't.
That they do not exist.
Yeah.
When you talk to him, you're going to say, you know, I talked to this bald guy.
He knows you.
He damn right he does, because I'm busting these guys right and left.
I'll be throwing.
My wife and I are huge Dr. Phil fans.
I've been watching him for years and years. My personal favorite episodes have actually always been the catfish episodes.
I feel like Dr. Phil is a very wise man and a very smart man. He tells you how it is.
I'm aware of Dr. Phil. I've seen the show a few times. I don't know if I'm going to tell Sean about Dr. Phil because right now I'm interested in rebuilding my relationship with my son.
When it comes to my mother, I think she's scared of what Dr. Phil has told people and what Dr. Phil is probably going to tell her.
You're in love with someone that you wish existed. And when you talk to him, you're going to say, you know, I talked to this bald guy.
He knows you.
And I'm sure you damn right he does. Because let me tell you, I am well known in the scam industry because I'm busting these guys right and left. And whenever somebody that they're scamming says, I'm going on the Dr. Phil show, they go, oh, no. No, don't do it. If you love me, you wouldn't do that. That's an insult to me. Why would you go on there and talk to him? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do that. And they call him right up until they walk out here, trying to get him not to do it. Mm-hmm. And then I call them from here, and sometimes they answer. I say, hi, you're a piece of scumbag fraud. And they go, what's that? I can't make it out. I have no control of my money anymore whatsoever. I can't spend 10 cents for a stick of gum. I have no money. Here's the name of my conservator. If you want money, you'll have to contact them. Mm-hmm. I wonder how many love poems you would get then. If you said, They've put me under a conservatorship. I have no money whatsoever. I don't have a dime. I have no control of my money whatsoever. But here's the name of my banker. You can talk to them if you need money to pay your taxes to get out of Dubai.
That's what Darcy wants. Darcy wants to be my power of attorney.
Yeah. If you did that, if you just even told him that, I'm not saying did it, you just even told him that, I wonder what would happen. If he truly believed you could not send him another dime in any form or fashion, I wonder what would happen.
Well, he still writes to me because the money that I sent him was long gone a long time ago. So basically, if I do send him money now, it's maybe only $200 every other month or something. Not like before.
Yeah. How much have you sent him total?
I really don't know. It's probably about 50 grand.
About $50,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Darcy says he's done everything to prove to his mom, Nancy, that she's being scammed. Well, he hasn't done one thing, and that's next.
Tomorrow.
There is an epidemic of missing women.
Missing and murdered in Montana.
If you are born an indigenous woman, it's almost 100% likely that you are going to be preyed upon.
People can't even get their mind around how horrific this is.
Distraught parents.
They only searched for her for 6 days.
How do you explain the lack of reactivity to this?
And Target.
If I were to go missing, I wouldn't get the attention like Bhabie. It's scary.
That's tomorrow. Then on Monday.
Stop indoctrinating our children.
Critical race theory. It's been branded a poison in your child's classroom.
Enslaved Africans built this country.
Our children deserve to know the full truth. I do not believe it's appropriate for K through 12.
It's not being taught in K through 12.
No, it is being taught. We are pitting our children against each other based on the color of their skin.
That's Monday.
And
Well, after learning about Darcy, Lindsay, and Nancy's situation, I couldn't help but notice the similarities between their story and one of my past guests. Now, last season, I met Dayna, and she, too, has a devoted son, Nino, and fiancée, Alexandria.
My mom has been duped into sending money to a guy named Sammy Lee Strong.
This whole situation has spiraled out of control. At the moment, Sammy is claiming to be held up in a detention in Nigeria until the taxes on his $12 million is paid off.
I've tried to convince my mom, and nothing seems to convince her. In my eyes, this guy Sammy is a lying piece of trash.
I love Sammy because he cares for me. Sometimes he calls me Anna Banana. He calls me sweetheart.
What is it that your son, Nino, just doesn't understand about Sammy?
You know, he doesn't understand that I really have a relationship with him.
How can you have a relationship with a person you've never met or even video chatted?
This is to Anna from Sammy Lee Strong. I know I can't give you the whole world, but I can promise you I will always love you. I found this message on a site, and it says, I know I can't give you the world, but I promise you I will always love you. Word for word, every word in the message he sent you, and it's a cut and paste from a list of messages.
Dr. Phil, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Anna says her boyfriend, Sammy Strong, used to live down the street. I knocked on the doors of several of the homes in this close-knit neighborhood. I spoke with one neighbor who agreed to appear on camera. Have you ever seen this man before?
No. I've lived here for 12 years.
You never lived there. That's all a lie. We found the man in the photos. Sammy Lee Strong is, in fact, not critically ill. He's not in Nigeria either.
My name is Khaled. I am born in Lebanon. My age is 55 years old. I have a wife and 4 boys.
Well, joining us all the way from Beirut, Lebanon, via satellite, this is the man that you have been told is Sammy Lee Strong.
It's just sad. Now, see, I fell in love with this man. He has a wife and a family.
Tell me what you're thinking and feeling right now.
I feel, of course, very disappointed, hurt, and yet, on the other hand, I'm glad I can go forward. I don't have to deal with this anymore. It's going to be over.
You have real people in your life, real people in your world that love you and care about you.
You finally don't have to choose between us and him. Now you can come back and do the family dinners.
Don't get a rotten one.
Well, joining us in the audience is Anna, Nino, and Alexandria. Thank you guys for coming back and welcome. Anna, as you sit here and watch this and hear everything that I'm talking with Nancy about, that kind of harkens back to the conversation we had, does it not?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
What are you thinking about what Nancy's saying?
You know, I walked in her shoes. I know what she's feeling. And it's going to be so hard, Nancy, to accept that this is a lie, that you've been lied to, and you fell in love with.
I've lived exactly what he's doing. Please listen to your son. If you don't listen to your son, listen to this guy, please, please. He's not gonna lie to you. Your son's not gonna lie to you. Please listen to these people. My mother, Dr. Phil, your son. These people will never stop coming after you. Sometimes you have to let other people help you out.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Summer is the season where most kids look forward to no school, lots of free time, and warm days to go out and play. But for many children, summer means a lot less to eat. During the school year, more than 22 million children receive free or reduced price meals, but that drops to less than 4 million in the summer. During the summer, the Feeding America network of food banks helps provide free meals to children who depend on them during the school year. Find out how you can help feed a child this summer by going to drphil.com, because summer is no fun when you're hungry. About someone blinded by love, I want to hear from you. Log on to drphil.com or text Phil to 88. Lindsay is joining us now with Darcy. And Lindsay, I've listened to everything you've had to say, and you're the same way. You really miss Nancy being in y'all's lives, right?
Oh, absolutely. We did a lot together, and like truly, I miss her a lot. We had a great relationship, I think.
And what do you want to see happen?
I would love for her to realize that this is not real. We have true intentions. We've never done anything to hurt her. Darcy wants nothing but just the love back and the relationship. They had a great relationship, and we just want to see that back.
Do you believe that they really love you and care about you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What do you think at this stage? What do you believe?
I still have to, thank you. I still have to give Sean the doubt. You know, he might be coming back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I still have to keep an open mind. Mm-hmm. Like.
And if he does, and he knocks on your door, then that's great.
Yeah.
But until he does, are you willing to put up a stop sign and put your family first and make him step up and prove himself the way your family has?
Well, why can't I have both?
You need to say, I care enough about myself, I have enough self-worth and self-esteem that I'm willing to say the price of admission for you or anybody else is that you stand before me and look me in the eye. And if you can't do that, then we don't have a relationship.
Yeah.
Now, is that fair?
That's fair. Yes.
Okay, you can do that. You'll do that.
Yeah.
You cannot put your life on hold for a ghost.
Dr. Phil, does that mean I can still text him or whatever?
You can text him one time.
Oh, that was that thing.
And say, next time we talk is going to be face-to-face.
Okay.
Where you stand before me.
Okay. I don't know if I'm willing to do that. Why can't I be friends with him?
Because he is a piece of trash, scumbag, scam artist.
So maybe I want to talk to him.
Well, are you willing to give him control of your money?
Who?
Darcy.
No, I don't have any money.
I'm going to arrange for you to have some professional help. And someone to speak to about this privately. And discuss this with privately so you can air out and get some questions answered. If I arrange that for you, will you do it?
I think Darcy should come too.
I think that's a great idea. That's all the time we have for this story. Now, switching gears, we have a solution for a mother and daughter who are suffering the same problem. You don't want to miss this next.
Later, Nancy thinks twice about breaking it off with Sean. Will she finally see it through?
I don't want to lose contact because he may give me my money back.
Caught in a nasty neighbor battle? Phil.com and email me your dilemma.
Charmin Ultrasoft.
With questionable parenting behavior, I want to hear from you right away. Either log on to drphil.com and click Be on the Show or text Phil to 88500. My next guests are Kelly and her 17-year-old daughter, Paige. Like many mother and daughters, they have a lot in common. But for Kelly and Paige, it's not just sharing clothes or makeup or even life lessons. They share a disorder that makes every single day a challenge.
We get to build some words today.
I founded a school for dyslexic.
I realized that Paige truly was dyslexic. It was frustrating to know that she was going to struggle in school. I knew I needed to do something.
So she pulled me out and started homeschooling me. Can you help me with that? My mom always had my back with my education, and I love her for that.
Life moves at such a quick pace, and reading is really tough for me. Paige and I know there's certain aspects of dyslexia that just aren't ever going to go away. But we just learn to deal with it and move on.
Joining me are Kelly, Paige, and Dr. Brian Walensky, an optometrist and OrCam spokesperson. Now, Kelly and Paige, your story is really remarkable. Kelly, to take what was a hurdle for you and create an environment for others to thrive is fantastic and really inspiring.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Now, earning your master's degree and opening your own school are incredible accomplishments, but tell me about the emotional impact of living with dyslexia.
You know, elementary school was really tough all the way through. I knew that getting up and reading out loud was not one of my strengths. Actually, when I was getting my master's degree, my very first assignment was to read 7 chapters. I basically burst into tears.
Oh, I can imagine. Paige, has it been easier for you since your mom understands what you're going through?
Oh, definitely. My mom and grandfather are both dyslexic, so we very much bond over that together. And I remember in like 1st and 2nd grade when I would get up in front of the class and read, a lot of the kids would snicker because I had a hard time reading things.
Now, Dr. Walensky, it's so good to have you back. So good to see you, Brian. And I know you have something that could be life-changing for Kelly and Paige.
Hi, Dr. Phil. Kelly, Paige, it's so great meeting you both. I'm really excited to show you the OrCam Read device. It's a brand new technology developed for people who have reading challenges. It takes printed and or digital text and converts it into audio, even whole pages, allowing someone to read anything they want. It's currently in schools like yours, Kelly, and really empowers people with reading challenges.
I'm a huge fan of this OrCam technology, and I would imagine it would be an asset in all aspects of their lives. Is that right?
Definitely. You don't have to rely on other people to read to you. You just take the device, point and click, and it reads for you. You can even tell it where to start and speak to the device. It's a great tool for studying, working, or just living independently in daily life, no matter your age.
Now, Kelly has written a couple of children's books, and one is about teaching children sign language. So why don't you show how easy it is to use by reading from her book?
I'll use the voice activation feature to read from Kelly's book, Exploring with Friends. Hey, Orcam, smart reading.
Ready.
Start from American.
American Sign Language is a beautiful and practical language.
Wow.
Yeah. Exit.
Yeah. So Kelly, what do you think of Orcam Read?
That is incredible. I can't imagine that someone with dyslexia would not want to have one of those, honestly.
Dr. Walensky, did you have more information about the Orcam Read that you want to share?
Yes, I did. Kelly and Paige, you guys are such an inspiration to many people and to the millions of people who have dyslexia. So we want to give you both an Orcam Read device.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
And look, as I've said, I've been a huge fan of Orcam for years, and if you or someone you know is interested in purchasing an Orcam Read, this is a limited time offer that is only available to Dr. Phil viewers. So just go to orcam.com for all the details. Again, it's a limited time offer, so don't delay. I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Dr. Brian Walensky and Orcam. If you want to join us here in the studio audience, just go to my website, drphil.com, for all the details. Be sure to follow me on the social media platforms. Are you a super fan? Then you must join our Facebook page, Dr. Phil Fanatics. That's P-H-A-N. It was created just for you. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks. I'm continuing my conversation with you on just this kind of thing, toxic personalities in the real world. In the episode right now, I talk about malignant narcissists. These are the most dangerous narcissists of all. I talk about something called the dark triad. And these are the people that can get really dark on you, can get really evil. I'm talking about those things and how to deal with them, how to cope with them. And it fits right into the fact that there are people out there that will take advantage of it. With Emmy Award-winning TV host, chef, and author, Daphne Oz. Hear more about Daphne's secret to success and how to create a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Check it out on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Dr. Walensky, thank you. Thanks, guys.
I don't want to lose contact because he may give me my money back. I didn't see any evidence. Like, how do you get your information?
Oh, so we hired specifically a Canadian investigator, and with the information that Sean gave you, for example, his birthday, where he went to school, we were able to use like concrete facts that he gave you about himself. So we called the school and they said, no, we have no record of Sean Carter ever in this whole university.
I called during the show to check with the San Diego school and as well as University of Florida, and they said they have no record of a Sean Carter anywhere in their system.
I was exactly at that same place. I did believe Dr. Phil, but there is this other part. What if they're wrong? Calls me all the time and he's, bothers me up and all this. So that's why I made it so I cannot get a hold of money unless my son knows. You have to make it so that you cannot get out your money unless your son is okay with it.
He's gonna prey on your weakness, like you both lost your husbands and he knew it.
You got it from these ladies. You got it from Dr. Phil. Your son's feeling the frustration. Leave some guy over me.
Thank you for sharing what I need to do. The one thing I need to do is to forget about Sean.
didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was still a storm. I've always been naive. Call it